What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bridge the Gap. My name is Holden Stephan Roy, and joining me today for the fourth time on this show is Travis Bryant. That's right, it's the fourth one that we've done, I believe. And this is fun because since we've last talked, the guy has dipped out of the country and decided to go on this spree of making himself a European superstar. So, arguably, a lot has changed in your life in the last little bit. So, how do you end up getting to a point, Travis, where you're like, fuck Montreal, I'm going to Europe? Like that, it's like, because to me it was mad abrupt, right? He just shows up one day at my crib. Y'all don't even understand. He comes over and he's like, bro, I'm not even here next week. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm going to Europe. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know how I missed it, whatever. But one moment I saw the man, he's here. The next minute, he's on his way, gone. It's been now a good couple months, I think, you out there, and just making moves
Yeah.
now. So yeah, how did you end up getting to that point?
Um, Basically everything that I lived in, fuck, the whole time, everything we've been spoke about and that people know about, that you know about, whatever. It was the breaking point, bro. And it got to a point where it was either like I'm gonna fucking get up and I'm gonna go do shit, or I'm gonna fucking die off. And it just wasn't an option. You know what I'm saying? Just wasn't the option. And so because I can't right away get into America, you know, I would have been took the first flight back to Cali right away. But I decided, you know what, let me go a different route because the music is just different out here. It's different because like it's not like it's huge. It's hip hop is fucking ridiculously huge, and I witnessed it live. Like, but they treat it differently because they're not as spoiled as North America is, right? Like they don't have. So when whatever comes out there, out here from America, Canada, whatever, like they treat it like it's a whole different fucking league. You know what I mean? They really like something like Onyx or Dog Pound, the fucking like all the shit like that. MOP that are it's huge here. Like that's like who feels fucking venues out here. It's not like I mean, obviously everything else is big too, right? But like, there's just a different love for
Nah,
the
but it's
music out
even
here. And I like,
something you see in metal, right? Like all those classic metal bands that you see making all the money, they be like really making that money in Europe. They'll be like
oh,
doing
huge.
Plas
Europe
Bell
is
here,
ridiculous,
and then like Europe just loves
right?
old shit. Like they love old
They do.
shit.
That's like who fills 180,000 fucking seats in
Hey, what's up, Peter
field.
West?
Well, not,
Yo, and I
you know what
see
I mean?
CY's up over there in the chats also. So we got CY and Peter West just checking in. So
Shout out to both of them. That's the peoples right there. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I just spoke to PY 2 seconds ago. So shout out to the homie for peeping. You know what I
shout
mean?
out CY Stills. I'm gonna see that guy on Saturday. Um,
Bong, bong. Get it.
but
But yeah, like it's just like it was like a decision. Like I never been to Europe. It's been a really long time since I left Canada, and it was just like the culmination of everything. Just it's time to go. It's time to
mm,
go and do some different shit. And I'm like, yo, you know what? I got to touch down and be able to blaze. So I was like, all right, I really need a vacation. So I took 2 weeks to myself and went to Amsterdam. Did that first. Still did business, but that was my vacation part of this whole
mm,
process.
and
Because
that's
it was like I was like, all right, it's gonna be a healing process, a business trip, a tour, a fucking. It's gonna be everything at the same time, right?
right.
Like just everything that I wasn't able to do before that. So yeah, I took a little bit of time to myself there,
So
and
tell
then
us a bit
now
about
since
Amsterdam, though. Like, what's your
that
experience like?
that
Like,
place that was beautiful. Amsterdam, it was like so peaceful for me. Like it like really refreshed everything that I needed it to do. You know what I'm saying? Like the freedom, people are so like everybody's mellow because everybody's blazed the fuck out. There's no violence. The cops are not on your fucking ass. You don't like walk around like with you know what I mean? Like
mm,
I'm an on edge person, right? So like you know what I mean? Like it is what it is, but like none of that. And it's just smoking and happiness and good times and like hit a huge studio that I never thought I would like record in, you know what I mean? Where they did like, Chris Brown was there Elton John, Sonic Youth, Metallica, Def Leppard, so on, like classic albums, the Black Album, Hysteria. Sonic Youth had like 20 amps
You
there. I
recorded
sat
where
at
the
fucking,
Black Album was recorded.
I mean, I don't
Well, part
know
of
if
it.
what part of the Black Album or what was mixed or what was mastered, but yeah. And they were there, like Def Leppard, Hysteria, Elton John. I sat at Elton John's piano and shit. You know what I mean? Like huge. I went into a studio where Chris Brown blew out the speakers. Like shit was like really wild. Um,
Okay,
my
so
experience out there was different than anything I ever did. Like just like because I just like first of all I felt so free the minute I touched down. I just like it was another universe for me for everything that all the stress and like fucked up shit that I lived for like a long minute. Like I got off that plane, bro, and it was like I walked out the fucking airport and there was like the big ass, I am Amsterdam shit. And I was like, oh fuck. I'm like, yo, I ate a yellow bar before I got on the plane. So I literally woke up 6 fucking hours later, like, oh, I'm in Amsterdam. Like, oh shit, what the fuck? This is dope as hell. And like the first thing I did was walk down the street and I got some food. And then I went into a cafe and it was the dopest place ever. Like eating fucking Sundays with donuts in them, smoking 4 different kinds of piff, like in a place with all pink and purple lights, all teddy bears and pop starred out. You know what I mean? Like just sitting there and just everybody's just vibing, smoking, eating, chilling, fucking. I was like,
we need that here.
yeah, that's what I needed. It's what I needed. You know what I mean? So like it was a great like first experience. Like I didn't even have no problems leaving, like, besides the obvious bullshit, but like they didn't even question me to like get on the plane and none of this, which I was like, the fuck is going on? Like this is what
Yo,
like
like
no, like okay, you got a passport, like cool, bye.
on the Canada side,
Like it was
bro,
like,
like it's wild. When you leaving Canada, I found out when I was flying back to the Canada that the razor I brought was a big no no. But Canada didn't give two shits. Let me go through with it.
bro, I did not happen. Like I don't know if I should be saying this, but like I got away with a lot of murder on that flight. Let's call it that. And you know what? I wasn't even trying to, but I just did, and it was like it's wild that I did because if it was anywhere else in the world, I would have never did what I did. But I just had a feeling, bro, and it just like really worked out like that. And it was cool because I
Like
got to like
I'm so
I was able to be very calm for a few days because of that. And then like yo, I ate those mushrooms in Amsterdam and those fresh like out the fridge like beautiful mushrooms, bro. And it was the most like shit was exhilarating, bro. It's exhilarating. Like and like I ate them right after I had like a dope ass night with a shorty and shit. And then like I went to sleep for a few hours and I woke up and it was just the fucking mecca of colors like everywhere. And I was just great for 12 hours like nonstop. It's like and every like those Amsterdam is different. If you get a chance, if anybody gets a chance to go to Amsterdam, take that fucking trip because you will. It's hella expensive though. I spent a grip of day there on absolutely like just on basic living because like yo, hotels, everything. Amsterdam's like very touristy. Like
like we
everybody's there for party.
absolutely know that you want to come here and it's gonna cost you. That's the answer.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like because there's so much shit to do. But the thing is everybody goes to Amsterdam. So it's like I'm walking around and I hear every voice, like every fucking language, bro. Like and everybody seems to have Jordan ones. Everybody's got the illest Jordan ones. Like you're walking around and it's like, and I have my J ones with me too, so I'm walking around with the black on black leather joints and shit. So it's like yeah, everybody has Jordan ones, like female, male, old, fucking young, like everybody got them. It's ridiculous.
I wasn't expecting that, but that's good to know because I'd be trying to learn about Nikes now, and I'm like, there's a lot of Nike options. Jordan
That's
ones in
definitely
Amsterdam.
the classic, yeah. But I mean, like you see a lot of people, like there's a lot of people from Italy, France, Denmark, Sweden, everybody, Africa, Jamaica. Like I heard every fucking, language, and like everybody's just chilling, bro. Like people are like, there's no animosity, bro, like at all. So Amsterdam was very, very dope. I got to do some cool shit in the studio, met some cool people. from all over, like made some like new followers from, Belgium. Dude was talking to me in French and shit. Him and his people, like they started following my shit. People from Germany, people from France, like all over the place.
Was it
Irish, like everybody.
all of a
It was cool. It
sudden
was cool
like
like that.
French takes on a new context when Belgium dudes be talking French?
100%, 100%. And like they speak it like they're from France, you know what I mean? But I like, it was like I also like, yo, real shit. Like in Amsterdam, 3 times I ran into people from Montreal.
That makes
Like
total
not people
sense.
that I knew or nothing, not people that I knew or nothing, but like this one time, like I was on the bus and shit. And like I seen Shorty had like a Montreal Canadiens beanie on. I'm like, oh, you from Montreal? She's like, no, my boyfriend is and shit. Um, but then yeah, then I seen like I was at this hotel this one night and these three, French girls, they were like, I from miles away, bro, I could hear that accent from fucking the other side of the world, bro. I will recognize that shit anywhere. And I'm like, y'all from Quebec, huh? And yeah, obviously, you know what I mean? But like a few times, um, been meeting people from everywhere, like and it's like people like kind of like draw to me and so like wherever I've been, where I've like been doing something like significant, like so it's like yeah, people like very approachable on that because whatever it's been dope.
All right,
It's been
so
dope.
how long were you in Amsterdam for?
I was only in Amsterdam for 2 weeks.
So that's
That was
two.
like the beginning of my um that was the vacation spot for
All
me.
right, so
That was like I'm gonna take some time to myself. But
yo,
I was like I had to have that experience
so I have one
in the
question
studio.
about the studio thing. Cause like not many
Right.
people get to go, at least that I talk to, who are like in that level. Well, it's not fully true. Anyway, I don't talk to a lot of people about like that kind of level of studio. Did you find it was like the sound is mad different? Like is it at
It
this
was
next level?
ridiculous, bro. Like when I got there, dude had 2 mics set up for me, a 2 mic rack. You know what I'm saying? One with like one pitch ready for me, and another one for with the gain on it for me, like all the way like. And I didn't even like. He just kind of had it ready like that. He's like, "I'm gonna give you your options." I'm like, "Yo, those are the 2 options that I exactly fucking need," and you're doing it in one shot with 2 mics, so I can do like it's. It was really like it was ready. It was like I paid for what I paid for, and plus there was the whole experience of like I didn't know, like that Elton John left his piano there after he brought 20 of them and like didn't bring this what I mean, Sonic Youth and all. I didn't know that it was that big of a fucking studio. I googled the shit and it was like it had a like really good. I was like, yeah, that's the spot. But then I got there and it was like a whole fucking explosion of oh shit, all this happened here. And like I'm looking around, I'm taking pictures of all the plaques and shit, like all these groups. I'm like, what the fuck for real? And then he's like, yeah, but like Elton left his piano here. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, yo, let me go. Let's go see that. So like I got a video of that, got a picture of that, like. And he's telling me like he's taking me through all the rooms, all through the studios and shit, and telling me like, okay, this group did this here, this is that, that's that. You know what I mean? Like shit was like surreal. Like it was like wow. I've been to huge studios, like very big ones, where shit has happened, but um, this was different
Mm.
because it's on such an international scale. It's like okay,
Yeah,
you
I guess
you go
because
to
it's like
Hollywood,
when you hear about like, because you got to think about it, right? It's like all these American stars chose to fly all the way there for
for sure,
that
and like they
sound.
come to your
Like that's
country.
bigger than
Yeah,
just yo. I went to the hot place in my city.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's even like different. Like I stayed in places like Atlanta and Los Angeles where there's like huge fucking studios and like great studios where pretty much everybody's recorded it, right? But this was different because like yo, the people that come out here, like they, let's say they're in Amsterdam or wherever the fuck they're at, right? Like the place has a reputation to where like that's where they're gonna be at, and that it's already got plaques, it's got this reputation, so like that's where they go. For someone like Chris Brown to be there is because Chris Brown's in Amsterdam getting fucked up doing his thing. And he's like, I'm gonna hit the booth, and that's where he goes. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, yeah, this is like serious. I
Yeah.
also did a lot of touristy shit in Amsterdam, though. Like, took like a boat ride and went to like, what's it called? Uh, the Wax Museum.
I saw those pictures.
Yeah. Now you have not seen those pictures, bro. I'm over there with Taylor Swift and shit, Michael Jackson, fucking. like a lot of ill shit. But then I went to like the Ripley's too, and that was ridiculous because they take you from everything from like African culture to the fall of the Berlin Wall and the fucking like look, it's like on some shit. I got a lot of footage at all these places. Like I went. The Van Gogh Museum was fucking ridiculous too. I literally took over, 400 something pictures. I took a picture of every single original Van Gogh, and then bought a book of every single picture I took.
Mm.
Like, but yeah, I did like all the originals, like sitting there with the Van Gogh signature from like fucking 16 something. Like, wow, insane. Like I heard it. Like I was like lucky enough to see this exclusive exhibit, like where he went mental, went to the checked himself into insane asylum in Saint Remy, France, and only painted the olive trees in the fucking garden. And there's like hundreds of pictures, and he's like, I can't capture these. The olives are too alive. I still haven't captured them. The olive trees are too alive. I still haven't captured them properly. I'm struggling to capture them. And like you see all these different versions of it. And it's like, what the fuck are you seeing, bro? Because yo, like ridiculously genius shit. Like I never seen like ridiculously genius because like I never like how the fuck did you capture these goddamn trees? Like just in 150 different ways. Like and it's like you're looking at it, it's like that's the same damn spot, but it's not the same. Like what the fuck? Like he really
And then
like
he was
yeah.
dissatisfied with it all, and it's like when like it's like wildly when like a musician be like on mix
Brilliant.
97,500 and like nobody can even hear the difference
Yeah,
no more.
yeah, but only it's like it was so like brilliant that it was stood the eternal test of time, bro. It's like
Mm.
different shit, like on a level where and that's what like another thing that attracted me to Europe was like so much damn history here. Like everywhere you go, and it's like I'm at the point in life where like different shits like making my mind like move. You know what I mean? And like um that was another big thing. I'm like just the architecture in general. Like I want to see that shit. Like I wanted to see all the old ass buildings.
Mm.
And it's like it's crazy because when I describe Montreal to people, certain people, because a lot of people know about it. Um, some people can pinpoint that it's like the French part of Canada, etc. Um, but like I'm like, yeah, well, see, a lot of this is like that. Like it's crazy to see that that's like our city because I've been through Canada and shit, so I know, and it's like not any other city looks like Montreal, but like you see some of that shit out here, big
Mm.
time.
Right.
So like, there's a lot of shit that was like, I don't know. I never thought in my life I was gonna go to the fucking Van Gogh Museum, bro. Like I was sitting there every day. I would be at the Van Gogh Park, like at the museum, huge field, and like it was hella dope. And like every day I'm there, day and night, blazing, drinking, writing rhymes with the speaker, chilling, meeting people. Meeting, I met producers, like all kinds of everybody, just all day long. Shit was wild. It was dope.
That's really cool, man. And then so after your 2 week stint in Amsterdam, where do you go next?
Well, see, I wanted to like since I was a kid, like there was always like three big places that stuck out in my head to like go see, and it was like always like L.A. and Rome, where my father's from, and like Prague. So when I'm in Amsterdam, I meet like this shorty, and like she's like this goddamn like ridiculous, right? After like the minute she said, "Yo, I'm from Prague," I was like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. So that's what. So I dipped and went to Prague, bro. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'm here for everything that I want to be
So
here
you
for. And
met a
it's like,
hold on, you met a girl. She said she from Prague, and you're like, this the
yeah,
sign.
okay, bro. The minute she said I am from Prague, I was, bro, forget it, dog. It was finished. It was over, and it wasn't even about the shorty. It was just like, yes, that's why I wanted to go to. And now I remember. You know what I'm saying? Like I even said in like on that record, like always had a thing for those fat liners, you know what I mean? Like, yo, bro, there's always been this like attraction to like Eastern Europe for me. And which by the way, I found out real quick that the locals, they were like, nah, man, it's central. We're not Eastern because because of the politics here. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's
I
different.
can completely understand why they might want to make a little distinction there, and
Yeah.
because
There's
also
there's the
like
one.
we don't actually know what Europe looks like. Like 9 times out of 10, you put up a Europe map and ask us to pinpoint a country, and good fucking luck. Like if
Yeah.
it's Germany in the
I
north,
mean,
the
unless you know
south.
like the basics of the big, huge places, there's so many damn countries, bro. It's like
I know
there's so many.
definitively where Spain, Italy, and Portugal are, and then it gets foggier as time goes on.
See what I mean? And it's like, okay, for the most part, like not most people won't even know where like three key places. Like you just shout out some big places, right? So it's like most people don't even know, like can't even give you three of them. You know
I
what I'm saying?
think I know
Like
where
I've been
like
here and
Belgium's like the
I
little one
still
up there. Anyway, no. I'm just
Belgium next to like fucking Netherlands and
France.
Denmark and
I think
no,
no.
no, it's down like with Netherlands and all that. France is like on the other side.
See what I'm saying? This is how it gets. Anyway.
Yeah, like yo, Germany, Belgium, France, and the Czech Republic's around there too. Like that's what, like I went through from Netherlands. Like I drove like from Netherlands through Germany
Oh, yeah, it's
to get to
dope.
the Czech.
How long does it take?
Get to
How long did it take to drive through Germany?
it was about 14 hours.
That's wild. So like you get into
14
Germany.
hours from Netherlands through Germany, through Germany, to the Czech Republic.
So like you pass through,
And
and then all of a sudden you in Germany eating
the whole
German
Germany,
food and
though, like
shit.
the whole Germany, like, and there's like nobody stopped me, like, not once. So I got rid of all my Amsterdam drugs for no reason. Really fucking ridiculous. All right. So I'm sitting there like, you're running the Czech Republic, bro. Oh, you don't want to go to jail in the Czech Republic, bro. Hold on. But Germany. Oh, there's some evil people in Germany. And then it was just like, oh no. So I threw everything away. And then like everybody's so beautiful and nobody stops you and nobody's nothing. And everybody's like, yeah, cool, go. And like the bus doesn't even stop. Or like trains too. Same shit with train, bro. Like I through Slovakia, from Czech Republic through Slovakia to fucking um, Hungary. And it's like people got their dogs on the train and shit. It was like drinking liquor. Like the people are just like, it's different. It's really, really different. Like I noticed like so much shit, like how like you just don't have the same people don't have the same attitude, bro. Like they just really don't. It's really like I've even had people who like tried to put me on game about shit, like because they thought, like, oh, no, tourists, before a lot of people don't even judge, like, don't like,
So, are you
old
saying that?
lady.
Hold on. If I understand correctly, what you just said there is people be trying to like put you on game with regards to not getting scammed because they can't identify that you may know a thing about that because they have such little prejudice in that regard.
100%, bro. 100%.
That's
I'm telling you
hilarious.
this. And I'm like,
I've never heard it.
dude,
Hold on. In a sense, you're almost like offended and complimented that you didn't get profiled.
I am because like no, I really am. I'm like, because I'm so used to like, what I'm saying, the other, and anyways, but like, yeah, it really is. It's like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? And it's like, but at the same time, it's like, good looking out.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, you don't speak all these languages and shit. But like, I've been put enough people in their place. Like first day in fucking in Hungary, or second day in Hungary was funny though. Like that shit was wild. Like I seen some crazy shit happen in the streets. Unfortunately, I couldn't really like help the person because of the situation I was in. But like some fucked up shit, right? And then like I've seen like some people try to like these dudes. Like there's a lot of gypsies out here, bro. There's a lot of gypsies out, and they run the streets, and they really try to aggressive like sell you non-existent cocaine and all kinds of oregano weed and shit. You know what I mean? And they're like they drunk as fuck, and they're pretty aggressive. But like you gotta put them in their place, and then like they know what's up. But like it's just also like not the majority of the time.
Right. I
It's
mean,
like
this is
really
just
like
moments that happen if they happen.
they happen everywhere, you know what I mean? But like this was like, okay, that's the type of culture that it is like for that, you know what I mean? And there's out there, but like you don't have to like the other night, like a taxi driver like offered me very, very nice things. That if I was in Canada or America, I would have taken them, especially at the price, ridiculous. Like and like I was just like, I don't need that here. I'm,
Mm.
I'm like super good. Like there's no reason for me to have that. And like it was like super. I'm like, but if I was over there on the others, I promise you, like you are the man, bro. And like this dude was like a cool dude. Like he was like he wanted to like link me with clubs and like he's one of those all around like I got everything on lock type of dudes, you know.
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, so like it was cool, but it's like there's no need for like there's no animosity out here. So for I haven't experienced it so far, and like I experienced a lot of that shit everywhere, and it's just a different vibe here. So it's really cool, like for sure,
All right. So when you get to Prague, what happens when you get there?
bro. Day one was ridiculous. Like the love was on some different shit. Like I was walking up, I was in the hood and shit. Like I posted at the ballpark. You know what I mean? By the courts, chilling, having a beer, smoking one little quick thing, and like they they just pulled up. I'm like, yo, I need weed. No, I don't got no weed. Hmm. I need weed. So yeah, ended up getting that weed, and they took me to the store. Got to drinking, got to spitting. Oh, you were yeah. That's and then like 20 minutes later, bro, they was calling the whole fucking neighborhood. Like everybody was over there. They brought me to this next spot. Like people taking pictures, like all kinds of crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like the skateboarding, playing ball, like shit was wild. They had the kids out, like it was like, what the fuck? Like so the love was ridiculous. And then like moved out to this next spot. And yo, they took me to the studio on the first night right away. And I met like artists, did some tracks, you know what I mean? Then some producers, etc. Then yeah, did a whole EP with somebody out there, you know. Um, did a whole EP with a Czech producer and a Czech artist who's like a new artist. You know what I mean? Like he's
Mm.
like really new. And like we did like basically a whole drill EP and like he's spitting in Czech. This dude said like my name like 400 times on the fucking EP, bro. Like, but like he was literally telling the story. Like in his rhymes, he's like telling the story of like how this came up, how the fuck I ended up there. Like he's making like Canada and Czech Republic references and like shit was wild, bro. It was like, but yeah, so like there's like a 6 song EP with a Czech producer and a Czech artist. Shout out GC, shout out LD Productions. You know what I mean? That's my peoples in the Czech.
So let me get this
Making
straight.
that.
You sat down next to a ball court, bought weed, rapped, and that led to a 6-track EP. And this is in how long?
Yeah. Um, bro, like, 2 hours here, 2 hours there. Like, I was there for 2.5 weeks or some shit like that. But it was probably done, over a few, not longer than 10 hours in like a few sessions. You know what I mean? Just like when we had time, like homeboy, like hella busy. I'm doing different shit, right? So we just put it together real fast and it was like, it's dope. So about 10 hours, to do the whole thing.
I meant more like how long from you
In a couple
rapping it.
days.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like from rapping in the hood
Oh,
to
at the
like an
park?
EP coming
No,
together.
bro. Like that was the first night we started dropping shit.
That's
The first
wild.
night I hit the studio. Yeah. So I got there at like 5 in the morning, but like that day I went to the studio like that right after the park and shit. They brought me to this other spot where some other people heard me spit, and then those dudes called some dudes that had the studio. So it was like, and they came through, and then it was like, all right, you rolling with us. So
Mm.
did a photo shoot that night too. Um, then basically like a day later, I was downtown, like where they call like the museum district, where like all the that's the spot. Um, there the next night, and I'm pulling up, and like I'm like, bro, where's the weed at? I need liquor and I need weed. And the Albanian gangsters was like, we don't got no weed. Like, bro, I need liquor and I need weed, bro. What the fuck? Okay, come with me. But then like I saw he was like, what you doing here? I'm like, I came here to rap. I make music, you know. He's like, oh yeah, show me. So like he pulls out his phone and says, I showed him the video for Hallelujah real quick. He's like, okay, that's your passport. Come with me. So he brings me into the booty club. And history in the making, bro. Legend in the making, I mean. Shot the video in the booty club a couple days later. Um, and that was day 2 and 3, basically. You know what I'm saying? So it was like right away, studio, video, all kinds of shit. And yeah, I mean, like honestly, I really thought I was gonna move to like I paid rent in Prague, bro, but it was a serious, serious problem with the spot. Like unacceptable, fucking 500,000 motherfucking roaches creeping through my Jordans and shit. Like eat a dick. So I had to get my money back.
It's good to know that
And
everywhere in the world you can deal with roaches.
well, for real, yo, you know what? Every other spot I stayed in Prague like was beautiful. It wasn't like this was
Right.
like yo, let me try to get a spot where I could stay there for a minute, because I really like I like Prague, like I love Prague. Shout out to Prague, you know what I mean? But like this was, dude, I can't live in there, bro. Like it was like they live in your house. You don't live there. That's their crib.
Hmm.
So nah, I'm not doing that. So like whatever. Like after that, I was like, I started spending money stupid, and I had just shot the video, did that, did the EP, everything. So I'm like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna go see Ron in Budapest, right?
Yeah.
So then I ended up in Budapest, and there's like every spot's been a motherfucking a movie, bro. Like so, it's like damn, Budapest was a movie. It's been nothing like nonstop. You know what I mean? Like the video I did for Electric Love out here was like shot at 2 different castles. Shot where Michael Jackson did the history video with Selena Gomez, Katy Perry, Gwen Stefani, Dire Straits, fucking, like it's like, dude, I'm sitting there like Michael Jackson shot history here, like the whole like this is like historic spots, like Katy Perry shot fireworks there, bro. Like these are big, like you know what I'm saying, and I'm there shooting videos at the same spot. Like one of the castles that I shot at, Will Smith shot one of his movies here, like in that same spot. Naughty by Nature did a fucking photo shoot up the stairs in the other spot. Like historic shit. I'm just like, and then there's me. Michael Jackson history, and then there's me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm doing shit that I know that I always wanted to chase. I wanted I want to make my mark in this whole shit. As okay, you're probably not going to be making a mark bigger than Michael Jackson, but I'm trying to get a little something, something, my little piece of the plate. You know what I mean? And that's uh, that's really like doing shit like this is like damn. So you got Elton John, you got Michael Jackson, you got fucking Metallica, and you got Katy Perry and Selena Gomez, and like it's like, all right, cool.
So,
Because in
how
Montreal,
how big are these
I don't get
castles?
into that shit. You don't go to fucking Will Smith Castle and fucking Michael Jackson fucking arena
Are there
and like
castles? Like I don't actually know if there's castles around here.
like the Czech Republic and like yo, bro, you're talking about Transylvania and
Right, like that's the like for me that's a dream. I want a
real
castle.
castles.
Like if I can
Real Casanova, dude, like you don't even understand. Like these places are ridiculous. Like the ground, like there's moats, bro. Like, and they're still there. So it's like there's a big ass distance between the fucking street and the castle. Now, obviously, it's no longer a castle. Like now, it's a tourist attraction, But yo, you see the outside dungeons, like you see all kinds of crazy shit, and you're like you pull up to them, and like I'll just start picturing shit, like all kinds of shit, medieval fucked up shit, and it's like, wow, yo, this is crazy. I wonder who the fuck was here. Like it's really ridiculous,
It was really like that back then. And those were probably like the same shits,
See, but that's exactly what it is. This was like, no, these are real, like real castles. Facts. They're just tourist castles.
No, I know, because it's like that in Israel, right? Like in Jerusalem, you're in Jerusalem. It's it's the same fucking shit in the Bible, but it's a tourist attraction now.
That's the shit in Amsterdam. There's like what's the Anne Frank Museum and shit. That's like the one spot I didn't go to because. Damn, that tour is so busy, like 24/7. It's like, dude, I'm not dealing with this fuck shit. Like, whatever. But yeah, there's like, that's what I mean with all this historic shit here. It's like, it's different. We don't have that on our side of the world.
Or if we do, we don't. It's not that back.
No, it's not that old, dog. You're talking about shit from 1472, even before that, bro. You know what I mean? Like 1600, like 1800, like all this shit. These are cities like Amsterdam was built in like 1500 or some shit like that. Like from a small village to like on the water and all. Right. This is all bullshit that I found out while I was there. But like, yo, you're talking old shit. We don't have no fucking 1400s.
Nah, well, facts. It's all like indigenous stuff that will appear from back then, exactly, and it's not.
Exactly. It's not documented and spoke about. You know what I mean? Like.
There's no history that we're aware of.
Yeah, exactly. Like they don't spit that shit. You know what I mean? They just do not. And like they started from like when the French came here, basically. That's when Quebec history started. You know what I'm saying? So.
And yes, and then like what 1700s, I think, or no, 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Anyway, so we only got.
It was useless and boring to me, so I never paid attention to like anything Quebec related, like even Canadian history. I don't really know fuck all about.
Yo, I've been learning a bit about how manipulated Canadian history is on that like front, because it's like everything they taught us is.
It probably I didn't pay attention to what they taught, but
a lot of the mythos and the heroes and like the stories you would tell, it's all shit made up by companies and propaganda in like the 20s and 30s for the most part. Like it was like people be like, how can we get Europeans to come to Canada and be tourists? Let's make the police force really dope. So shut out the RCMP, and then they turned it into
sure.
No, but I mean, like, that's what they did, though. So that's why today, like, Canada still has Disney did a branding deal with the RCMP at one point. That's how big of a tourism attraction it is for Canada internationally.
Sorry to interrupt you, but like I'm telling you, I saw Disney Quebec on a Facebook advertisement. So I changed my settings to Budapest. They got a fucking official Disney Quebec. What does that even mean, bro?
I mean,
this is another thing that I noticed, like being out here. It's like there's no issue. Like, okay, yeah, there's deep in this part of the, like, because Soviet Union shit, right? So they're deep rooted, but like it's a lot of the older people, and it's not on a fucking scale to where like the politics and like the masses of people, except for what the fuck is really going on right now, but you don't deal with any of the shit. Like I'm hearing about, I see like articles that people post, like, like, okay, language, this law, that, everything, like on all the levels that it actually pops up in, to where it's like, it takes over a whole agenda. You don't see that shit here. There's no like, oh, well, you're like, people will try to like, if I'm like, yo, you speak English? And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. And then they try right away, no matter who the fuck they are. They try, bro. Like I haven't experienced any kind, and it's not just like I speak other languages. So like, I touch waters a lot, right? So it's like, and like people just like, there's none of that shit. It's not there. It's like, wow.
Yeah,
like
it's like when I went to when I went to New York, I was actually really surprised at how everybody spoke more than one language, and I never hit me.
New York is international diversity.
No, but like, it's not just New York. It's just like Europe too, right? I met a lot of people from Europe.
That's what I'm saying. Major cities, and like
And then you get to Montreal where like people brag about speaking one language like it's cool, and I'm like, we got shit a little bit backwards sometimes.
And they try to play it off as like it's gonna save some. Like, yo, there's no language disappearing. There's no none of this shit. It's like they like
There's an
it's
argument
really
to be
weird.
made about culture, maybe, but not the
What
language.
culture?
That's the
What culture,
point.
bro? Like
What
what
culture?
culture?
That's the point,
What
right?
culture? What
Could,
are you talking about?
no, but
Stolen culture from like I don't even know, bro. Like it's the same damn culture. You're fuck. First of all, you're Canadian. Just shut the fuck up, and that's that. And like even at that, like what the fuck is Canadian? Like yo, I don't know.
that's why
It's
everyone's
like
tripping because no, that's the thing is Canada's like 6 separate cultures that can't agree and have this label of Canada on it. That's
mm,
because it's not like one thing. Like yo, I don't relate to a BC person or a prairies person or a maritime person.
nah, but that's like all of America though, bro. Like if you go from fucking Arkansas to like like Arizona, bro, or California, and then New York, or then down to Georgia. It's like it's all like yeah. But it's like okay, we're still like for the same part. Like they think the same way. They
Mm.
think this. Okay, there might be like the Alberta, who like that's like Texas, and there might be like Quebec, which like considered like
Quebec
But
wild different, man. Quebec's weird. It's wild different.
yeah, this place, this that's a strange little place.
Um, but yeah, no, I get what you mean
Another
about.
thing, they've been apologizing. They've been apologizing for like, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, like everywhere, bro. Like, oh, you must be so happy you're away from that. Like it's like a dictatorship. They get it.
Like
It's for the
the
fucking
masks
country.
and
Like,
stuff.
everything, the Justin Trudeau or Justin Castro. They fucking
Oh
they
boy.
get it. They're like, oh man, that's horrible. That's horrible. Oh, I'm so sorry. You had to get two of them. Oh no, like they
Wow, I didn't
there's
know
no
people
mask.
cared about Canadian politics that much.
The people that do, the people that know, because it's known on an international scale that he did this and that he's doing that, and how aggressive it got, like with the whole trucker thing, shit, like blew shit the fuck up because it was like on the world scale.
Yo, that's wild, right? You're the first person I've talked to who has talked to me about what random people in a place like Hungary
Bro,
may
I'm
think
telling you,
about fucking
The Gucci
Canada.
store, the gay dude at the Gucci store in Amsterdam, when I went to go cop shit, bro, he's like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, why does he keep saying I'm sorry to me? And he's like, just look at his mother. She's a puta, she's a whore. What a show. This is better than the soap operas in Brazil. And he was like this extra flamboyant Brazilian gay dude, and he just kept apologizing for Justin Trudeau and how much of a fucking idiot he was and how his mother was a whore.
All of that was highly unexpected, but
I promise you that this has
this
happened
is
several
what
times, but
but that's what
none
happens.
of centric as this. This was like, okay, you really do get it, I guess. Damn. But he was like, I'm sorry. Like 100 times.
All of that's wild. All of that was highly unexpected.
That, imagine me when I was in the fucking store. I'm at Gucci, and this is happening at Gucci in Amsterdam. So
That's,
you think that's why? Be me in the store experiencing it.
oh, are there like no masks and shit though? Where you at? Like, is
Nowhere, nowhere.
mm,
Um, yeah, it's just like okay, it's optional if you want. Go ahead and wear your fucking mask, right? But there's no restrictions whatsoever
mm,
in any of the spots I've been to, and any of the spots I'm gonna go to. So there's no restrictions anywhere, pretty much.
mm. So tell us about performing in Hungary.
Okay, yeah, that was Seekers. Hold up, I'm gonna get into better light real quick. All right, so what happened? Like, really, I was supposed to do some other shows, and what happened was promoters were, you know, not satisfied with their performance as far as their ticket sales for their whoever whatever shows I was on, which was only a few of them, like not even a handful at that point. And then like I was like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this bullshit. So I like canceled all that shit to deal with a whole bunch of other shit. And then Ron, shout out to MC Ron, you know what I'm saying? Like my dude, It was like, yo, we just got added to the festival there, which like we that show was like with the two biggest artists from Hungary, basically, hip hop artists and shit. And so there was like the event was like I guess I don't know if it was charity, but yeah, it was like a kids event, So it was like a Hungarian like celebrity like basketball tournament and like barbecue, all kinds of live DJs, big DJs from here, like DJ Revolution, who like DJ'd our set and shit. Like he's like the number one DJ on the the only Hungarian hip hop radio station in Budapest. You know what I'm saying? So he's like the big DJ over there.
Right.
So yeah, like it was a dope event. We got to perform, which is like hella dope because like like through COVID and shit, like I connected like with MC Ron on a real level shit, and like we did a record with Dope Fresh to Don. And on the intro to that record, like I'm like, yo, I'm gonna touch down in Budapest, you know what I'm saying? And like, so yo, get the liquor and the hose ready, fam. And then like, yo, a year later, touchdown in Budapest, and we get to perform that record. So it's like that was a big thing for me. Like I enjoyed that moment, you know what I'm saying? Crowd reaction was nice. I had I had a few people talk to me. We dipped out pretty quick because we had some other shit to deal with. But yeah, it was a good event. It was a good event. It's beautiful performing in another country, like, and they react to your shit like, damn, you're people they would call you star and shit, took a 1-2 photos and shit. It's just like it's a different reaction. It's dope. Like when people don't know your shit and like you come and you do your thing, you perform like proper and like you give it to them the way it should be done, and they react to it. So it's like it was dope. I got some footage from the show and shit, so it's good. It's good memories. Like I'm trying to get on other shows. I got my A&R working for that. You know what I'm saying? He's working on some things, but I'm not going to be announcing until basically till I'm in the building. But it's some nice shit going on in the background that I'm grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Like since the Empire deal, because yeah, obviously, like I did the GT digital distribution deal with Empire, and because of that, I got access to shit that like I never had access to, like an A&R, and like I got a Vivo account. You know what I'm saying? And my videos drop on Apple Music and Tidal and Vivo, and like shit like that. So it's like it's a different level of shit. So I get to do all this other shit as I'm like doing this European thing, but it's not just me doing the European thing. It's like that was the next move, you know what I'm saying? So I've just been investing, but I got like shit to work with now. Now I'm like, what I do, has a something else that backs it, you know what I'm saying? So like I got more tools now to do the shit that I need to do, basically. So that's what the fuck I've been doing. I've been
All right, so
grinding like a
let me ask you
motherfucker,
a
bro.
serious question because nobody really knows this type of shit. What does an A&R do for you in 2022? I know you can't necessarily talk about what is happening, but could you describe like the kind of service that an A&R would provide?
I mean, like he when we first started talking and stuff, like he took an interest, like he did his research, right? After the deal happened, and like he just wants basically like he wants to push my shit to the next level, bro. Like because he believes in my shit, like he loves it. So, and he sees my grind, right? He sees what I'm doing. Like I first started fucking with him when I got to Europe, basically. So, since then, like he's just been helping me get my shit done with the label, like putting out the album, videos and stuff, getting the contracts right. And like obviously he's working behind the scenes trying to get me different opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like shit that's gonna put me on the next level. That I don't really want to talk about certain things because
Right,
there's
right, no,
a
no.
lot of dope shit.
But it's
But
more like, cause like, wildly everybody want to
Okay,
be
media coverage.
right.
Opportunities with different artists, shows. Um, like I said, just like part of the deal itself, like having access to shit like Vivo and like your video dropping on Apple Music. Like, okay, I got like there's over 700 platforms throughout the world, and I mean I don't just mean like a regular, but if you like DistroKid or some shit like that, right? Um, your music's only on like it's everything from Spotify to Shazam, right? But that's like the basic. There's like 17, 18 platforms, right? This shit is on 600 or 700, something like that, plus platforms like iHeartRadio. It's on every single. My X's and O's is available in the whole U.S. penitentiary system. Prisoners doing life can listen to X's and O's right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because they have their own special Spotify shit that's completely different than like regular
Right. And
Spotify.
they got access to the music, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's very dope. That like, you know what I'm saying? That
Mm.
like not your average, person. So everybody can get it. Everybody has access to it in every country. And that's what's really like there's no limits, you know what I mean? Like so if I put in the work and I get like the audiences to grow and grow and grow and shit, then they have access to the music and then that's potential fan base right there every day. So just
Yo,
more options, more
that's like
options, more options.
that's wild to think about, right? Because it's one of those things you probably wouldn't think about unless like A, you've been to
Honestly,
prison,
for real,
or B, you're
until somebody
working in
told me,
a top level like that.
this like recently, like a few weeks. I didn't even like. I found out right before the album was gonna drop that it was like, oh yeah, and it's available. I was like, oh, word, that's some different shit. Like, okay, you think of every single platform in the world, every name you could possibly like imagine. Like when you're talking 700 plus, that's a lot, right? But like then I didn't even know. I didn't even think of thinking that like that's somewhere where it would be. So it was
Mm.
like that was different for me. Like I can appreciate that because like I know like from going to jail, like music access is so trash. So like the fact that they have somewhere where they could get everything, that's hella dope. You know what I mean? But, people's just doing time and it's fucked up. You know what I mean? And it's like music is like a real uh like it is for everybody, and live music is like it's some people's heartbeats, right? So like but like just imagine, in that situation, even more so because you don't really got much in there. You got nothing, you know what I'm saying? So like that's really like it's dope as hell. You
Mm.
know what I mean? So if I can reach people in there, you know what I'm saying? And like that's dope.
Mm. So like, I mean, that's a lot. I'm still processing the whole jail thing. That's a lot of distribution. Like you don't even
Yeah,
realize how
bro.
limited. Like DistroKid serves its purpose for low end marketing, but Empire is on a level where like it's
I
really
mean, they're
on
the
a
biggest.
level.
They're the biggest distributor in the world, bro. Like you know what I
Right.
mean? They have like 50 Cent, Jewel, fucking Kendrick Lamar, like all kinds of every fucking body is there, bro.
Mm.
King Von, like everybody, bro. So it's like I looked at the shit and I was like, oh, word, okay. Like when you Google Empire artists and shit, it's like the list is like Aaliyah,
Well, it's
like
like if I'm not mistaken, Empire is like we'll handle distribution. You deal with your creative.
Um, depends on what deal you got, you know what I mean? But like the deal that I
Mm.
got, like I don't really want to speak specifics, but it's like um basically I retain all my masters, which is like super important. And you know, uh I can get out when I want to. So I don't really see a reason for me to get out of this at this point, where I can just I only have opportunities and I can only grow from this. And
Facts.
because I have unlimited access to shit. As long as I fucking grind, bro. As long as I'm putting in the work, then I have everything available for me. Major publications, you know, whatever fucking media I want, whatever radio I want, whatever internet shit I want, like it's all there for me.
Mm.
I just gotta go snatch.
Facts. So the next thing I gotta ask about is how did you get into the world of having your fashion design stolen by the internet, giving you thousands of dollars
Bro,
of free promotion just like that?
you know, this is the this shit is wild, dude. Like honestly, okay, hold up. I need some Henny for this. That's fucked up.
That's
Hold up.
hilarious. I mean, your shirt that you're wearing right now inspires it, and I do want to put Kylie Jenner as his effing idol in the title of this video. So
Don't be censoring my work, bro. It's Kylie Jenner's my fucking idol,
you can't
dumbass.
have that in the title. I could put fucking with the star or whatever, but not
Exactly,
but
bro.
not
See?
on Twitch. I don't get that choice.
So yeah, basically, like, all right, that came into fruitation, let's call it, on the last interview we did.
Right.
Because yo, I was sick at that point or whatever, and I was like, I was high and I heard that shit, and then like I told you that I was gonna do something. Like I don't know what the fuck I was gonna do with this, but like I was gonna do something with it. And so I made a corny ass little, not even polished or like cleaned up on the Photoshop, nothing. It was a fucking joke for my Facebook, bro. Like of the like a Photoshop GQ cover of Kylie and Travis Scott, right? And like I photoshopped myself into the damn picture, bro. And it's like I don't know how people like bootleg. Okay, like bro, I had this design. This is like the main, like the first design that I made. Like you know what I'm saying? Like is it was dope. And then like I did another one and where it says, you know, Travis Bryant, Kylie Jenner's my fucking idol. And like they were like shirts were like I had did some shit around that, but this shit wasn't meant to be anything. It was a joke on my Facebook. Like and so like this website that had all my merch on it, that had the two Kylie shirts on there, like the Kylie Jenner's my fucking idol shirts. I don't know, like somebody grabbed that Travis Scott picture, the GQ cover, and they bootlegged that and it was like 13, 14 different pages at first. And I started looking through them and it was like all from different spots, Barcelona, Spain, US, Africa, like all kinds of everything. And then I Googled this shit, bro. I Googled Kylie Jenner is my fucking idol. And bro, like 3 pages worth of like websites from different spots selling it, Visa, Master. You could pay whatever the fuck, and it's like on all this ridiculous bullshit that it was never meant to be. It's on every product in the fucking world on like 20 different websites from all over the world on anything you could imagine. And yo, when you see Travis Bryant, Kylie Jenner is my fucking idol. Travis Bryant, Kylie Jenner is my fucking
So
on
you
all
gotta
these
y'all gotta
fucking all
understand right now. People are buying this shit, thinking it's like some kind of weird, ironic art or whatever, or
I don't know
whatever.
what. No, I think honestly, the slogan is really what drives it.
Right. But your face be there, your name be there,
On
all
that's
this
what
shit
bugs me
that's
out. Is
like
like
fucking going around the
that's what bugs
world.
me out is the one with the GQ cover shit. That yo, if you look at that, it's not, bro. It's I did not clean this. I didn't Photoshop it to be like yo. It was like okay, he's got fucking hair. That's funny. That was that, and then it was some whole other shit. How like the bootlegging in India and Pakistan and Spain and Greece. What the fuck is going on? And then this one day, like I Googled, I was like, this is how the fuck am I gonna? So I took all my merch, period, off the internet, like everything. Um, and then I'm like, all right, let me see what's going on here. Like, I'm still trying to process how to get like control of this. Like, first of all, the first website where I was selling my merch through, them they gonna owe me a lot of money. So I'm still, but like I tried to complain, but there was so much material, so much shit had been that like it couldn't, the email wouldn't let me process, and it wouldn't let me process it with two emails because there was just so much shit. So it was just like an endless fucking list of shit that they needed screenshots for, and like so like this has to like be on some other shit because like there's other Travis Bryant items that got like boot like the fucking like all kinds of stuff. It's like really ridiculous. And it's all got the Teddy's After Dark shit on it, you know. But the Kylie shit was like on some nut, like it's like they're bootlegging the GQ cover, like people know that this is like Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even a question. It's like, what the fuck? And they're showing my face on there and they're selling it. Like, so I gotta get like a reps on this. You know,
Man,
whatever
it's like
happens,
one
like,
of those things where like you may
bro,
be
the
in for.
hashtag and the clothes itself, like the three designs, which I keep saying this, one of them wasn't even a design. It was a fucking joke on my Facebook, bro. Like it was
Oh,
not
but
meant to
on a
be.
real tip, forget about the Kylie Jenner part. Your face got stolen and is being bootlegged around the world right now.
Yeah, my name, like, bro, look, you see what I'm saying? Like, what does that say, bro? Travis Bryant. Like, it's like really, it's Travis Bryant, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's a wild
So
thought.
it's like, yeah, and the hashtag itself is like, it's really gone to another level. Like, I've hashtagged it so much in certain places that it's like, it's really wild. It's like it's gotten to another level. Like it's Google. Like when you Google the shit, the Kylie Jenner thing, like it takes you to like you see Kylie Cosmetics at the top, and the picture next to Kylie Cosmetics is the other shirt, the second fucking design that I had with the three Kylies on it. Like Google Kylie Jenner is my fucking idol with the FUCN, and then like at the top when you see images, videos, da 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 da, like you're gonna see it shows that.
I don't see it, but that's fair. I don't know if I googled it right. We good though. We'll check it after.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it is, like it's like it's really like it's crazy because I even posted it the other day on IG. I'm like, how the fuck did these bootleggers got me to Kylie Cosmetics? That's insane.
It's the
That's like it's ridiculous. Like I don't even know how that happened
it's
at
just
all.
it's the internet.
It, it made a name for itself. Like like dude, I wasn't even like
Man, you could probably do this whole thing where like you do like a fake TikTok or a fake Reddit or something where it's like you just centralize it even further and just create a whole community that's now a bunch of people just into it.
yeah, well, I mean that's how shit's gonna blow. But I got shit to do, you know what I mean? But it's like part of the shit that I do. Like I'm like everywhere you look on any of my pages, like it's the first thing that you see. Like Kylie Jenner's my fucking idol, right? So it's that like I'm not letting
Yo,
go of
but
this.
you know
Like yo,
what's
the
gonna happen
bootleggers.
though, dude, is one day on one of those sites like Know Your Meme, they're gonna look into it and then it's gonna be like this was created by Travis Bryant and it'll have this whole fucking story about how a bunch of
Bro,
people like this is actually like
I
such
just want
internet
her
shit.
moms to I just want her moms to get a hold of this, bro. Like I want somebody to tell her moms that this is going on, and I'm going, take full advantage of the situation because
So what I'm hearing is you want that
that's
Chris Jenner money.
several people have told me that I understand marketing to the fullest, and that a lot of people, people go to school for that shit, right? They go learn marketing. Like this is like that comes naturally.
Right.
Like I just and this was one of those ideas, like, and I knew it from like when I heard this shit, and like this, you gotta understand, this is like I say that on fucking, bridging the gap, and then 6 months later,
Manifesting it.
India on water bottles. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's hella, it's different. It's blew up way fucking bigger than I ever did. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it definitely shows like your impact because like I don't know. To me, it's as impressive as everything else you did. Like people want to talk about how they can make something go viral left, right, and center. You made stuff
Yeah,
go viral by absolute accident, but not really because everything about this, if you were to study it, is like you engineered it.
yeah, but Like there's method to my madness all the time, bro. Like I'm never just like, if I run with something, it's because that's the thing to run with. I'm not just gonna teddy bears and pop stars and then like, no, that doesn't exist. That branched off into all kinds of shit. X's and OZs is part of teddy bears and pop stars, but Kylie Jenner is my fucking idol is also like way part of that. Teddy bears, pop stars, bang. Like it's all like it's this whole fucking back to that universe shit that I did. Like it's really it's just I know what I know who I am. You know what I mean? I know who I am, and I just like I express who I am all
Right.
the time. And I'm like I'm comfortable with it. So like if you don't like it and you think it's weird and like I'm really not phased by that because I'm just like I'm speaking about myself and what I like and like some of the shit is dope as fuck. And some of the shit that I like is shit that I like. So I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. I don't care if you don't like who she is or if you don't like teddy bears and you're scared of them or you know what I'm saying? Or you don't listen to fucking Dua Lipa. Like, I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me. So it really shouldn't bother you, you know what I'm saying? But it's all like, it's part of this. I run with myself, bro. Like I bet on myself all the time. And I'm like, I know that the shit I do, like to some people, it might sound crazy and ludicrous as fuck. But like, bro, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I'm comfortable with myself. Bro, so I just do me. You know what I mean? I really just do me. And it's like, it seems to be proving itself more and more and more every single time I do it.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely working in your favor. I mean, you have more connections. You're in a whole other continent, and I'll bet it probably is just as ludicrous out there. Only they like it more. I think that's the
Yo,
issue,
they really do like
because it's pretty ludicrous still.
three. I've had three experiences with the just the Kylie Jenner thing alone, like and a lot of girls like significant like to where I listened to what they had to say about it, and I was like, oh fuck, you really get it. So like you're this is like super. They saw the whole thing with Kylie Cosmetics. They did it themselves off the and like they were like, wow. And the shirts and like you got this, that, and that, and everything just ties into one. And like you just put yourself in position to be like somewhere where like not a lot of not a lot of people can go there. And it was like it wasn't even intentional. You know what I'm saying? Like so there's a lot of like I've had like then people like the reaction to X's and OZs, like from different audiences, from the European audience, who just like they seem to like anytime I get in a room or anywhere with people here, they're like they drawn to it. They're drawn to it. They're like really like I had like fine ass women toast to my career with fucking $1,000 bottles of champagne, like just all women, like. And it's like I've had these like a few like moments like that to where like people are like, you really like you have a like a good package with the shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's really like, and you work hard, like you're like. Cause yo, don't get it twisted, bro. Like it might look fun on IG or on Facebook, and it is fun. It's fun as fuck. I'm having fun, but like I'm working every day, bro. Like every day. I've shot 3 videos already. I'm shooting another video tomorrow morning at 10:30 in the morning. I'm going to a movie studio with like 40 different sets
Mm.
to shoot a video for a record that I recorded last week, like off the X's and O's schedule, just because I recorded the record in Hungary. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shoot the video here with the same dude who did the Electric Love video, who's like a fucking celebrity here. And he lives in Austria. Like the director's driving from Austria to come shoot this tomorrow morning.
Is that far?
You know what I
Because
mean?
like
And
in Europe, that might be far. That might not be far.
it's not that far. It's not that far. Austria's not that far from Hungary, but it's like it's still a few hours and everything, right? So like he's coming out here and he's bringing like a model for my video and shit like that has to work. Like went through a process with that, just like I did last time. Like he's like this is like real official shit, and this shit is like it's shot. Dude is like shout out to Mr. Andreas, by the way. You know what I mean? Like his coloring is like magnificent. It's like Electric Love looks like a fucking movie, and this is gonna look even more like a movie because I have all kinds of sets designed. You know, lighting, smoke, whatever I want available. You
Right.
know what I mean? But I'm like, I'm 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 putting this shit down. You know what I mean? It's like I'm taking everything I got, and like I said, I'm betting on myself every time. But like I'm getting work done, the shit that needs to be done in order to be at that level. You're not at that fucking level if you don't have if you don't have quality product, bro. And then, like that's what I try to serve is just quality product all the time. I mean, like I just have to do it like that. And like now that I made that, that leap, or like, all right, I'm gonna go do this. Like the shit that I have to bring has to be at that level. So like, yeah, I gotta put the money down on the movie studio. I gotta get the good director who makes the shit look like movies, who spent 2 years on coloring alone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this is the shit that like I gotta do. So like, yeah, if I gotta be at the studio at 10 o'clock in the morning and like do an interview with you at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's like that's what the fuck the schedule is.
Is it one
That's work.
o'clock in the? What time is it now?
It's 2:15. I mean, so it's like plus I gotta do wardrobe. I gotta get all my shit. Like it's like it is what it is. Like I gotta get this shit done, and that's what the fuck I do. Like I keep telling people, this is what the fuck I do. Like you can go to work. It's please enjoy your life. Do it how you do it. Do whatever you do, but don't ever tell me what I'm doing because this is what the fuck I do. Like I'm promoting X's and OZs at the same time as shooting videos for it, at the same time as getting other shit done, at the same time as trying to get press done, at the same time as hitting studio sessions, meeting the other artists. You know, I'm going to the TV station here. Like I got shit popping with the FM radio over here. Like what I mean, the biggest hip hop station in Hungary. Um, doing EPs with Czech artists and Czech producers. Like this is, it's like I got a schedule. I'm working.
Y'all
I'm
gotta
not
keep in
just over
mind
here fucking
he's
around.
been there for like what, 2 months?
Yeah, 2 months.
It's all like
2 months.
most of the bulk of everything he said has taken place in the last 2 months.
Yeah, and it's been consistent. Like there hasn't been a period of time where I wasn't doing shit. Like I shot a video in Prague, which was like that's a dream come true for me. Like to shoot a video in Prague in a strip club and on the main strip of like the dopest area. And it's like then I shot a video where Michael Jackson shot a video in Budapest. And now I'm shooting in Budapest at a fucking film studio. And like then I'm gonna shoot in Rome too, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like there's all kinds of popping shit. And then there's the other stuff that I can't talk about right now, which is like, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, it's all day work. It's all day work. And I'm like, I'm throwing everything in there. And like, not everybody understands it, but a lot of people, there's been a lot of support coming from even from back home, like definitely not from the media though. But fuck y'all. But definitely like even from people that like I didn't really think fuck with me or like because you don't always know, you know what I'm saying? Like yo, people live life, bro. They're not always there to follow together. That
Ah,
shit's not reality, bro. It is not reality. People need to get that out of their head. And sometimes it might fuck with your nuts and your ego, but I've learned to like that, people is real silent about this shit because I am too. Like I don't really, I'm so love and this and that, but like a lot of people been hitting me up and saying shit like, "Yo, you inspiring me right now. I really hope you do this. Let's link." There's been quite a bit of it, and it's been like it's been hella dope from some of the people that's been saying it. You know what I mean? So shout out to everybody that has been doing that because like it's like also it's encouraging for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just even if some of them, I don't see the people that's been doing it like trying to gas me up. There's no reason for that. They're just saying some shit and it's like positive. And at the same time, their positivity is like rubbing off on me in the way that like it motivates me to keep pushing. Now get this fucking shit
mm,
done. Do this. Keep going, dog. Do your fucking thing. And like, and that's been dope too because at some points, like, you don't always feel that. You don't always feel that, and it's like it's been dope that's been the reaction from quite a few people, quite a few people, and like people that I thought like maybe I have fallout with or whatever, like you know what I mean, and it's like nah, motherfuckers is just living life and like shit is shit, and that's what that is, but like. This has been dope. Like I've been getting quite a bit of it, and like I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's nice.
I've noticed that if you can make your stories look interesting, people will watch them. But ain't
They've been watching,
but ain't
like
nobody
even
really.
and even
But
people.
okay, like
Shout out to the haters too, because I see y'all motherfuckers too. Don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted.
but
I
it's
see the
just
haters too,
I don't know
and I
about
know that
you, but
they're
I
lurking in the
almost
shadows.
I
Look,
don't like. I feel intrusive when I comment on a story. You know, like it's just then it's different.
honestly, I mean, depends. Like, I mean, depends what it
It's
is,
like I
bro.
see a story, I'm like, that's cool. I don't really know that I want to start a conversation. You know, like it's like that's cool. It's a click, 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 click.
Responding to a story is not really like the whole main. I don't know. Thing is, people run more stories than posts these days, right?
That's it.
Like that's what I know. Like run more, but like not everything is like start a conversation, comment worthy. You know what I mean? Like
But you pay attention to it. You click through and you'll click on all 17 of that person's stories.
depends. Like yo, if I like you and I don't want to watch your story, I will click all 25 of your shits because I like you. But I'm not watching your shit because you have 25 of them shits. You know what I mean? Period. Um,
Yo, I know people that got real fans from that like shit. Like I got a homegirl. She just posted a lot of stories. We're saying like they're really small, and you have to like you end up
shit is interesting.
you
Like
go to
right
the
now, like I'm
swipe
over here.
right. That's how you know it's a lot of stories when you got to swipe at a certain point. But
No, bro, like you see it at the top, bro, from the 500 little fucking dots, bro.
yeah,
Like
I knew it.
it's horrible.
But yeah,
It's
she
like,
got like real fans off that shit.
yeah, of course, because first of all, she. Second, there's no second because it's first of all she. Um, I'm just saying, bro. It's like the reality. It's the facts of life, baby. If you're a shorty, you're gonna get bigger numbers.
I could tell you, you can do something with taking your shirt off. Is what I learned.
Well, yeah, okay, but yo, see what I'm saying? Like, yo, you over there rocking your fucking dead body type shit. You over there, like, yo, put his shirt off and things.
Mm.
Show him the gut, cut. What do you mean?
You know what it is? It's the nipple part that makes people feel weird. It's not so much the gut.
Yo, it's, nipples don't bother, like, for men. They get offended when it's the titty, bro, with the nipple. When they see the nipple
Mm.
on that, why do you think they block the nipple out with those little fucking sticker thingies on all that shit that they block it out in? Because it's the female
Bro,
nipples
I
that
should fucking
offend the
start
motherfucking
posting
bro.
with this. That was a great. I'm gonna start posting pictures with the fucking stars on my nipples and shit.
Bro, it's the X's. You got to put them in lime green or fucking, hot
I'm
pink
with
and
that
shit,
shit.
cuz.
I'm with it.
Oh, I'm telling you, that shit rocks.
Mm.
That shit gets him every time.
Get that like tape shit.
Yeah, it works. It works though. Like that's yeah, that's that's another like oddly enough, it's very much part of that universe. Like
Bright
in there in the
colors.
back shadows of all the ideas and things that go on in there, like it's in there, you know what I mean?
I mean, it makes
But yeah,
sense.
like yeah, it does because it's that whole shit is like glammed out and fucking crazy and doped out and
It
like
has like a cabaret burlesque feel.
one yeah, that always does though. It's that and that's that classic shorty vibe. You know what I mean? And yeah, there's definitely some of that involved.
Mm. So
But yeah, like
where else are you traveling after Hungary?
um, well, I'm most likely going back to Prague real soon
Mm.
for a little bit. But once I gotta go get some more music done over there. Um, I got like I said, I can't really talk about certain things, but like got a few things going on in Germany. So one of them, matter of fact, is I gotta go meet with a independent label slash record store who's gonna do limited um 7-inch vinyl press of
Okay.
Active and Ozzy's. So I'm planning the hot fucking neon pink slash white splash wax 7-inch vinyl of X's and O's. It's gonna be coming. It's gonna be very limited press, but yeah, I gotta go meet with them, and I got some other shit there. So Germany's on the map. There's a few other places that I'm trying to get to that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get to. Like Ireland's another one because I got some peoples over there that I gotta check. But like, it's really hard to get. Like UK and Ireland is like a spot that I need to be at. Like I need to go to London. I need to go to Ireland, like Belfast, and like shout out to Drew by the way.
Mm.
If I'm gonna make it out there, I'm gonna make it out there, bro. But those are two places I
But they
might
left
not be
the
able to touch
EU,
down. I
right?
know for sure I'm going to Italy, bro. That's oof. Milan, Rome, Sicily, Venice. I am coming to you. I'm going to see my family and some friends I got out there. And that's gonna be crazy because I'm gonna shoot the next video in Rome. But I really think that I'm gonna get some footage in Venice too for the video because damn, but like yeah, there's some shit to get done out there. That's the first time I'm gonna go to like where my family's from. You know what I mean? My mom's and my pops both born there. So like I'm going there for like this is like I haven't seen like some of my family that over there. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, So like yeah, that's big. I'm gonna be in Paris too, so I'm gonna touch down in France.
Mm.
There's other spots I want to hit too. But I don't know if I'm gonna get to hit him, you know what I'm saying? It's a big place and there's like, dude, I wanna go to Spain and shit, right? But like
Yeah, I see
damn,
what you're
this
saying.
like this it's the cost is crazy. Like this is like this is gonna be like 100K like by the time I'm done with this shit.
And
It's
then
not really like so it's like, yeah, I really gotta start limiting it to like where I gotta go for personal and significant business shit, right? So yeah, but it's like so like I said, I'm gonna hit Prague again, Germany, Italy, France. It's gonna be some shit.
yeah.
Definitely gonna be some shit.
When are you coming back to Montreal?
All right, look here. I'm gonna tell you like this. Honestly, it comes down to this. Do I go see Dua Lipa in fucking Europe or do I come back for July and watch her twice in 1 week? That's literally what it comes down to.
That's
Because
hilarious.
she's all over Europe right now, but I have fucking tickets to 2 shows at the end of July on the 25th and 31st. I'm like, do I go fucking use my tickets in Montreal for the future nostalgia shit and the Oceaga shit, or do I fucking go see her in Europe and stay in Europe? So I'm still, thinking about it.
Those are big choices.
Very, very, very big choices.
Bonnie
You know what I'm
says,
saying?
do both. Make it happen in Europe and then Montreal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she knows. Yeah, that's a lot to Dua Lipa.
You don't look mad at that.
I am not mad at that. I am not mad at that
I
because
wonder
I ain't as
how.
corny as Jack fucking Harlow and shit, bro.
No, but you
Over
gotta.
here dropping songs about Dua Lipa and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like the number one stan, and I ain't made no damn songs called Dua Lipa. You fucking weirdo.
I mean, he's Jack Harlow. He does what he
Yeah, and
does.
he got fucking punked by Saweetie, and now Dua Lipa too.
I don't really know what that means. I am not
Okay, well,
following
he
this
walked
shit.
up. He walked up to Sweetie on like the Grammys red carpet or something. He's like, "Hi, I'm Jack Harlow." While she was doing an interview, and she's like, "Oh, okay." And then he FaceTimed Dua Lipa last week to tell her about the damn song, so she wouldn't feel uncomfortable. She said, "Oh, well, I guess it's not my song, so I guess it's okay." like got punked by two of the biggest superstars in the world, bro. Two of the like baddest shorties out there.
Now
It's horrible, bro.
his album's
Horrible.
out. People be spinning
Yeah, and
it.
the singles fucking called Dua Lipa, bro.
And so this is egregious. End of the day.
Like, hilarious. Shit is corny as fuck. Trash as hell, bro.
Fair enough. I haven't
They
heard
went
it.
from like I seen the media go from says he let it out about Dua Lipa, and then like to them seeing that reaction, be like, ha, like that's the flippy floppy game though, bro. That's the flippy floppy game that it is.
At the end of the day, though, more people are gonna bump that song either way.
You know, that's okay, but you know what? No. And then, you know, you go to the fucking Kentucky Derby with Drake and you have two men carry you across the fucking dirt pit like a fucking weirdo.
I mean,
I don't play like
that's a whole other side
no,
of life.
that's a Jack Harlow. That's not a whole other. It's a Jack
I
Harlow
mean,
movie.
it's a whole.
Cornball all day, every day. Cornballism 101.
Fair enough.
Get rejected again, and then get walked across fucking dirt pits by men. Like, bye. Go to sleep. Shut the fuck up.
Fair.
I don't care if your album's platinum, spatinum, suck my fucking platinum, dog. Like, stop your shit, you fucking weirdo. You know, I'm just happy. It makes me happy. I'm happy. Weirdos that do weird shit that I can tell them it's weird shit and not be afraid to say it's weird shit. I ain't afraid of shit, but like, not. These guys are weird, bro, and like everybody seems to celebrate this shit. Like they celebrate this trash music, and they're like, he's got all these. And it's like no, and it's not. I'm just like I seem to be picking on him right now because like he does a lot of weird shit, but like there's
No,
so
he went at
much.
he went at Dua Lipa. That's fair. It's like she's top 5. So like, if anybody doesn't know, Travis Bryant takes his crushes extremely seriously.
This is not a crush, bro. This is like, yo, this person's voice got me through the darkest, fucking most annoying, damn fucking days of my life, bro. Where I just was like, oh my God, is this ever gonna end? Is it ever gonna fucking be, you know, the end of this thing? Like, I've done enough sleeping, I've done enough getting fat, and they're like, yo, like when I just didn't want to hear no more bullshit, that voice was there, bro. And like, it's a good voice, and like and then you know, like yeah, so like I love her music, like she dope as fuck, and yeah, okay, she's a little cutie too, but I'm saying though, like it's not really. It's not deep like that. It's just like, yo, you're a fucking weirdo. She's just weird. And it's like not just it's like all that music. Like there's so many of these artists that get like I don't know like how, but like they like people seem to like sell it. It's not even like I haven't heard much of his shit or like, but there's so many other examples of like dudes like that. That it's just like I'm not fucking with it, bro. Like the like rappers that like I've been listening to in the last few years. Like really last year, probably my favorite album was Belly's album. You know what I mean? Like that shit made a mark on me. Like before that, like 4 years ago, what Nipsey's album, Big Sean's album, like you know whatever. Like very rarely do I latch on to something like hip hop related these days because it's like it's just not there. But Belly, yeah, that shit was hard. Like Joyner's music, fucks like I fuck with that all day. Like it's into I can't listen to too much Joyner anymore because like I really listen to a lot of Joyner and I'm just like, oh my God, you're killing my brain. I gotta think too much right now. Just trying to get high and chill. But like I think these like it's interesting what they're doing with the music, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then there's just like other fucking guys that I'm just like, yo, dude, don't I can't hear your voice.
All I
Just I don't
know
fuck with it.
is I know the TikTok song because it was a meme.
I don't even know what that is.
At one point, it was a bunch of well, in my version of this meme, it was a bunch of like mom wife types that would be like thirsting on their husbands, and the way that the song lines up, it's like, "What's poppin'? Don't mind me, just watching," and they'd all be like at their men, and that's how I
But
got
see, I don't even
introduced to
like.
this song.
I kind of fell off TikTok recently, like because I've been so busy with like everything else that I fell off the whole wave that I was on for a minute. But like, okay, so considering I just dropped all the shit and I'm about to drop a bunch of videos and shit, and I'm
Yo,
doing this,
I'd
like I
be
have a
like,
whole lot of
yo, you
content,
should like high key be travel vlogging on TikTok right now.
bro. I have footage for fucking
But you
2
want the,
years.
it's not about the footage. It's about the live interactiveness of it. Like, yo, what up, TikTok? I'm right here, right. Like, it's that vibe of it all. Like, that
Bro,
really.
you think that I haven't set shit up like that? You have not been paying
No, your
attention, dog.
TikTok is
That
not
is
showing up for me.
pre-recording the material, and I do it all the time, dog. I'll take like 400 videos and like post 15 seconds.
Fair
Feel
enough.
me? So it's like I have there you go. By the way, I just discovered like my hard drive is like 191 terabytes. Then I plug the drive into the TV, and there's actually 291 terabytes hard drives in the one hard drive. So I haven't even filled up, like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of footage.
Right.
There's footage that's gonna get used as B-side, like not B-side, like B footage and videos and like interviews and like all kinds of like TikToks and Instagrams and clips, and then like a compilation of tour footage, you know what I mean? Like all this shit. There's pictures from everything, bro. There's so much shit, dude. Like, trust me, the content is all there. Like, timing is everything, bro. Timing is everything. And like, believe me, like I could live off the content that I'm getting here for like the next 4 years and never fucking get up off the couch once.
Fair enough.
Like,
I feel like that's the mission, is to get to a point where you don't have to go anywhere.
well, like I enjoy this. Like I enjoy this. So like, I just want to do more of it,
Mm.
like all the time. I want to do more of it constantly. So, the goal is to make the shit that I do, relevant enough for me to be able to do more of it.
Yeah, I
You know?
feel that.
And that's what's been happening. Like for the first time, like got, past a fucking 1,000 followers on Spotify after X's and O's dropped,
That's
you
dope.
know? That's very dope,
But
and
it's
it's, and
like,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, okay,
And
it's
I
like
get what you,
1,100 fucking Spotify followers right now type shit.
and it makes
So
sense though,
like there's
right?
that.
Because like as you start posting about winning, you attract more winning, and then it creates. It's like you were
Yeah,
describing it a bit
there's
earlier.
positivity, but there's throwing that energy out there into the universe shit.
Mm.
Like back to like I speak shit into existence, but like some of it's starting to actually, you know, be spoke into existence, bro. It's like it's wild. Like positive energy somehow has a way of coming back. It's like this, it's like the frisbee type shit, bro. What you throw, you're gonna throw it out there and it's gonna come back at you. Feel me? And it seems to be happening, like, which is good because, like, I mean, I'm doing something. I'm looking at shit a bit different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm taking advantages of the options that I'm creating, but also because of what I'm creating, like, I'm getting more in every way, basically. It's it's a trip
I'm
because
happy
for a
for that,
long time
man.
I was going through some fucked up shit. So it's like I guess if you're so fucked up, like a lot of your people say like, yo, I've had a lot of people that I was here talk about like, yo, your aura is this, your aura is this. I'm like, yo, I say that shit as a fucking joke. Like, when I was watching that movie, what's it called? Almost Famous. Is it? Yeah, it's purple. Like that's how I hear your aura, bro. And like people are literally talking about that over here. Like, nah, you're like this. You're like, yeah. I'm like, this is interesting. Never like, not that I've never had that conversation before, but like, seems to be popping up more these days. And it's
Yeah,
been out here. It's like,
I
all
just
right, like whatever. Like I'm trying to throw good into the way, and I'm getting a little bit of it back. You know what I'm saying? Which is like not a usual experience for me. Like I don't always have that. Like shit has always been like kind of crazy, and now it's just a little bit more calm. I guess because that's how I'm like approaching shit. I'm like attacking shit, like what I got to deal with, but like approaching life a little bit more like smoother and shit. So it's like that's what's up.
honestly, man, it makes me happy to see you go out there and do things, right? Because as more people go out there and do things too, you're still from Montreal, and there's still Montreal people out there doing things.
Yeah, I think that's getting a few people to like um like I've gotten like again to these messages, people sending like, yo, it's really cool to see somebody like, from Montreal really, going out there and putting it in, putting that work. And it's like, all right, salute, respect, like it's good to see that certain people is acknowledging it and like,
I mean, it's pretty.
hopefully that just gets that, starts to not, morph into something bigger and like, spread like wildfire, baby. I'm out here. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm really doing it. I'm not like pretendo with this shit.
I think people see that
Like I really,
you're really pushing it, and the results are gonna be
yeah.
there, and the
People
opportunities.
have been noticing it, and it's like, it's cool. Like, salute to those who have, and it's like, this is what I do. You know what I mean? So like, I was never playing with it before, but maybe like people ain't like, maybe a lot of the shit that I experienced was like before certain people knew me. And like now this is like, oh, they're witnessing like, oh, okay, he's really going hard like in this way. Like he's really trying to get this done. They seen the shit leveling up like constantly in the last like 3, 4 months.
Like,
And then like with this, it was like, oh shit, he went to the next level.
I think people who knew you in the past don't know you now, in the sense that
They
like
don't.
we get older and we change. That's just the truth of the situation.
Yeah, well, I'm happy that I fucking grew out of a lot of shit, bro. Like a lot of weird, fucked up, bad shit used to happen. And it's just like doesn't seem to be coming around as much. Not to say that I don't deal with nothing, but like just doesn't come around as much and as fucking severe and crazy that it used to. Like it's like it's another level. I'm just it's not as intense. It's intense in a good way.
No, I mean it's good because you're making the right choices and you're figuring it out. Oh, there's one more thing we
In
have to
a way
mention.
bigger picture.
There's definitely something that has to come up before it gets too late for you. You got the
Uh,
Tupac feature that just came out on the DJ King Assassin mixtape with you,
yeah.
and it would be like a bad idea to not talk about that. Is from what I can tell, is relatively just dropped.
um, yeah, that's hold on. Let me get at you real quick.
I
Let me
was like,
get
I
at
knew
them
there
real
was
quick.
one more thing I had to bring up, and then I looked at my title that I have right there, and it says Tupac
Right?
feature. I'm like, oh yeah.
Okay, so this was a record that me and Love had did like a few years ago that ended up on a Tupac mixtape. Like King Assassin dropped a 20 Years Gone project. And like for those who don't know who King Assassin is, like he's part of Thug Life. He's Tupac's DJ, South Central Cartel, Wyclef, like Ice T, like fucking everybody, right? Like he's DJ King Assassin, bro. Like um he did a mixtape called 20 Years Gone. Lil Prophet took a record that I did with Havoc from South Central Cartel and Love to Smoke. He took Havoc out. He put Tupac in. He put a like on basically a unreleased verse from an unreleased song called War Games, where he's like dissing the shit out of P Diddy, Mobb Deep, White, like the whole fucking world, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, and a song called War Games, and he made the War Games official remix. But it was never able to be released as an actual like official record because the Tupac Shakur estate, the this, the that, the that. Finally, shit got clearances from the estate who gave King Assassin like who made like the Dear Mama original version and like he's on TMZ, like he's Tupac's family basically, you know what I'm saying? So like finally got the clearances for that. Um Matter of fact, they gave me and Loke 50-50 splits on the record and told us we could keep it,
Mm.
which is fucking ridiculous. Um, and so it's doing well already, but it's like it's an old record. But the thing that came with that is also like a whole lot of access to like they're making a second Eternal Thug Life album, which is like Dude, if you look at the first one, there's Old Dirty Bastard on it, Redman on it, like Capadonna, like a whole bunch of everybody, right? And like then there's me and Look, and it's like now I get to be on the next one and the next one, and like we're working material, and it's like all with Pac's family, like Edie Amin and Noble is on there, like the whole Thug Life, the whole Outlaws, just all kinds of these are like serious records. These are records that like either the verses and hooks are like owned by King Assassin or like material that they have that hasn't been like the whole Eternal Thug Life album that's on Spotify. That shit is the censored radio version. So that was released just for radio. And the only record off that whole project that got released as a explicit version was War Games out of the whole project. And it was given to me in Luck. So Wise Guys was able to put that out with the Tupac record stick and King Assassin and Lil Prophet. So it's me. Like if you look on it, it's like it says DJ King Assassin, Eternal Thug Life, Love to Smoke, and Travis Bryant. And now like we've been, fortunate enough to been having more opportunities to do more songs that are going to be on these projects,
That's
which is
wild.
fucking crazy. Very, very crazy. It's like to me, Pac was everything to me and still is. So it's like to be working, with the remaining people that, are still there from the original Outlaws and Thug Life. Um, it's hella dope. And the fact that it's got the approval of it's like real shit. Like I've seen all the paperwork. I have all the paperwork, matter of fact, from the Shakur estate and Machiavelli Records and everything that has to come out because Interscope owns the name Tupac. Everything that comes out has to be under Machiavelli. So yeah, this is basically everything Machiavelli, like King Assassin has access to, and he's just building the whole, continuing the legacy of Tupac Shakur, Machiavelli.
It's wild.
And I'm glad to be part of it, like big time, because we're gonna be putting in some motherfucking work with that. It's
Yo,
gonna be big.
that's amazing, man. I'm really happy for you, dude. Like it's just every time I talk to you, there's wins upon wins upon wins. And the one thing I can say is, I mean, not everybody's life evolves as quickly with as many evolutions and things that are so well thought out that you can elaborate on them as you've been able to
Bro,
pull
it took a
off.
long time to get to the point where I did that though. Like it took like this has not been like
I mean, but here's the thing.
personal life aside.
Even to that end, I've talked to people who have done it longer, possibly. I'm saying longer than the number of years you've done it, and it's not
But I
like
mean, like
that
your
many
personal life
people.
aside, it's been a long time, and it's like, but the thing is, like, I
But
always focused on certain shit, bro. I tried to put myself in different positions. Other people who have done this like as long as me and maybe longer than me, they've had some dope ass shit that I haven't had access to in the past. You know what
right,
I mean? Like done shows with a lot of artists that I didn't get to do shows with or work with, or were part of this that I wasn't part of. You know what I mean? So like everybody got their own. But yeah, I chased. I was fortunate enough to get the Outlaws and Thug Life and King Assassin and DPG and shit like that, right?
facts.
Um, but other people got other shit that they get down with. You know what I mean? Like look at Chad Game. You know what I'm saying? Like he just did a record with Conway, and so like we're trying link some shit with that. Like the 8 Mob members, the core, like me, Chad, Carleone, Paranoid, like we are active in everything, everywhere, just constantly, 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 constantly. We've been doing this for so fucking long that it's like eventually you're gonna see that whole just you hear so much noise from it, bro, that it's like it's wild. It's really wild. Like we're doing what we're doing. Like I'm doing what I'm doing. And like that's why the Blood Brothers like kind of like right now, like, that project still gotta come out. I gotta drop that shit too. Me and Carleon gotta drop. He's got like 3 other projects to drop too. Like, but it's like since I came out here, I've been focused on this, and like he gets it. He's like he over there rooting for me like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? And it's like, um, but yeah, that's gotta come out too. There's a lot of shit that like is happening, but it takes a lot to do this shit.
Right.
It really does.
I mean, I
But it's like,
believe that.
look, if I'm not leveling up, if I'm not going higher and higher every time, what's the point of me doing it, right?
It's
I mean,
facts.
so like at one point, I just really had to, and I think the me coming here, was that point where I just decided that it was really like, I've said that before, like, yeah, I've decided that it's like it was really it. It has always been it, but at the same time, it's like this had to go to the next level, to the other side. You know what I mean? Like really, all right, this is it. And like from the getting the deal, um, the access to this, taking the trip, doing the show, like you know what I mean, like all that shit that's going on right now. That's okay. Now I'm like, all right, I'm here. Now I'm here, so it's like I gotta go 100 miles an hour, crashing through the fucking gates. So that's what it is, and the whole world knows.
Facts.
You know.
Man, I'm really happy, and I look forward to the next time when you've managed to come up with an entire new evolution and level up. And I mean,
It's coming, bro.
I know what you're not telling people, so I'm excited for that too. So it's really
You know
fun.
some of it. You get
Yeah,
inside scoops. You know some of it, but you don't
I
know
know
all
all
of
of
it,
it,
bro.
but I
I've
know
been I've
enough
been
to be
I've been real
like, it's
I've
really
been real
excited.
silent, and it's like it's getting me inside sometimes. You know what I mean? But I got to remember that like I
Nah,
can't
cause
drop
it's
every
bad.
bombshell.
You gotta let that like come through the way it
Yeah, I gotta
does.
let it happen. I gotta let it happen, bro. Because if I do it the other way, you know what I'm saying? Like
But yeah, there's some
might put
big,
that
big
negative vibe
stuff.
out there.
And it's dope, right? Like it's just dope to see come to fruition. At least in my case, because I only met you when I met you at this phase of your life, and all you've done is just elevate. So it's fire to see that. And like I don't know what other people may think, but all I know from you is a person who has said, "I'm gonna go do this," and has consistently like I would not count on you maybe to be on time, but outside of that, 100%. Like, and I'm not making the
I
joke.
don't even know what the time frame would be, bro.
I meant like
Like I
it
wouldn't even.
on time, as in like if we have a prearranged time, you might come a little late on time.
Bro, that you know what? Look. It's called fashionably late for a reason,
Facts,
bro. If I
but I
want to
meant
live teddy bears and pop stars, I gotta live teddy bears and pop
facts.
stars. You dig?
But outside of that, like nah. What I meant was outside of that, like nah, man. You like really have in the big picture done the big picture shit in a way where I don't see a lot of people who care about big picture shit, and you see the results later on. Because when you go to Europe and meet tourists, and you're like, oh wow, all this makes sense. It hits with strangers, and that's the
Yo, some of these shorties, bro, like telling me that I was like, what the fuck? And it's like getting support from people who don't like. I can't communicate with you in your language. Like the closest I get is to doing your accent, like and speaking English in your accent, and you like get it because you're like, oh, that's how the English people speak it. The guy is really fucking crazy, bro. I just get to do all my accents all day, and people just like, oh, that's yeah. So it's like that's been a trip too. But like yeah, like people like they don't speak my language and they're just like it's a vibe, bro.
mm,
It's a vibe, and you just get it. When you get it, you just get it, bro. Like I've had engineers that don't speak fucking a word of English, bro, but they just like the dude that I recorded with last week. Like he was he was legit to me. I found like my European Sky Beach. You feel me?
mm.
And I was like, oh yes, okay.
European
Okay, and
sky
he didn't
beats.
speak a fucking word of English, bro. Not a lick, bro. And it was like, it sounds ridiculous. It's beautiful. It's like, and it's probably the hardest record I dropped in a long minute. Like, and it's coming out like, and I'm shooting a video for it tomorrow in a film studio. And it's like apart from X's and OZs, which is like I didn't even expect to do this, but the record is so dope, and I was just like, yo, I recorded it here, so I'm gonna shoot it here with a dope, you know, director and like all these crazy things.
Facts.
So it's like, yeah, that record sounds so nice, and it's like, that was a whole nother experience. Like touching down and it's like, yo, this wasn't in Budapest. This was like an hour outside of Budapest, somewhere in Hungary.
Right.
Just like the show was, like it was like other places, like small farm towns, bro. Like you pull up in the studios, like decked out. And the guy don't understand a word of English, but he knows exactly what I'm doing. So he knows exactly what to do without me even saying a damn word.
Facts.
And it's like, yeah, that's what's up. You feel me? And it's like I've had that experience like several times. It's just like everything seems to be dope. It's like it's coming together. I'm figuring it out. Like every day, I figure some next shit out. Like every day, I'm just like, all right, I get up and I puzzle this shit together. And it's like it's so far. There's some nice shit going on. It's just like I made the choice, level up, level up, level up, and that's it. That's why God told me to get that bag. God told me to get that bag, so I got in my bag. Feel me?
I do. And I'm
And
happy
that
for you, man. I appreciate you coming
look,
through and doing this, Travis, and having this
yeah, man.
conversation.
I
Um,
appreciate you too for doing this. I mean, letting the people know what I've been up to and shit. And yeah, because I had to get it out there in a way, people can hear a little bit of whatever, even if they don't, if they don't follow me on social media or whatever, they still know what I'm up to. And that I'm out here grinding like a motherfucker,
facts.
basically. So.
I know it's interesting stuff because like you keep revealing things that people should be learning about how to move forward. So I mean, I hope people
It's
watch it.
always it's always trying to drop some game. You know what I mean? Like every time I've done like one of these, episodes with you, like it's always dropping game. You know what I mean?
And I appreciate that,
And
Stills.
for sure, bro. You know what I mean? That's what it is. That's what being an OG and this shit is, bro. Like if you're not like trying to bring people up or you know um showing people how to at least laying out some kind of base game plan and spitting game to them so they can elevate themselves. You know what I mean? What are you really doing? So like I try to do that. Like I'm a lot more positive these days than I used to be. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Ah,
I'm trying to get that out there for people though. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I could breathe positivity on people, sure, let me go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? If I got a smile on my face, shit, we'll get you one too. Because smiles was fucking frowns like not so long ago. Trust me.
yeah, and we're gonna
You
be
know what I
many
mean?
more smiles to come, and that's where we at. But no, I
That's
appreciate you
right.
still, Travis. I appreciate the knowledge you shared. This will probably be out in about a week and a bit on YouTube.
Bon.
Definitely look forward to seeing what you do next, everybody. Make sure to watch for him. He's going to be dropping music videos, new music, bunch of stuff. He's always working. Apparently,
All kinds of
we
shit.
getting some kind of Czech English hybrid project in the future. So everybody watch for that. And yeah.
Possibly other things too we were working on, but yeah. Check project.
But yeah, make sure to follow
Check that
Travis Bryant Music on Instagram for all of the people out there to stay up to date with
TikTok,
everything.
Facebook as well.
And TikTok, Facebook, yes. Travis Bryant Music, not the other Travis Bryant. Make sure you throw that word music on.
Definitely not the other Travis Bryant you dig.
That's it.
But
So,
yo, Fiend video drops on the 16th. So like Friday,
that's
video for
dope.
Fiend drops. Something in the Czech Republic. After that, got Electric Love coming, Projects coming, Blood Brothers coming. You know what I mean? So we out here doing it.
And then follow the stories. They're highly entertaining, I'm telling you. So, yeah, I appreciate you again,
And Google,
everybody.
yo, do me a favor. Google Kylie Jenner is my fucking idol. FUCN. Get those Google numbers up so this shit like gets into the rotation. You feel me? Go get that shit the fuck up. So we gonna get this shit popping.
Right. Um, And yo, I appreciate everybody watching as well. Y'all are wonderful. Those of you that are on the live, yo, you got people on Facebook to watch this time. Usually people don't be watching on Facebook. It just sits there at
Yo,
zero.
because I told me because I don't know, like I don't know anybody that uses Twitch really. So I just told people it's like few few of my peoples to watch. You know what I mean?
Man,
Like
Twitch,
and they
Twitch.
got some people there. But try to salute to the Twitch people too, because this really that's where this show's really at, right? So salute to y'all for tuning in.
I mean, Twitch,
You know,
Facebook, whatever. But really, Twitch is just fire. You could go on your phone on Twitch and people can pay you. So it's dope. Um,
hey,
but
get your Twitch paper back.
But yeah, I appreciate everyone again in the future watching this on YouTube and Spotify or wherever you at. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, it
Okay.
was really fun. I'm really glad we did this again. And until the next time.
Thanks for having me again, family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, anytime, man. So
All right,
just
my dude.
gonna leave y'all
Stay
with a
up.
live long and prosper and have yourself a good sleep before doing all your stuff tomorrow and running around.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Salute. Peace.